In human nature, we only want to enjoy life. As we continue to live, we're adverse to different challenges every day. We tend to exhaust ourselves towards goals that seem meaningless. Mentally, our mind wants to give up when our is touching the edge. Though in spirit, we keep pushing till its time's up. I find the display of resilience quite touching. What drives us away from resilient spirit is the environment we set ourselves in. Factors can vary from emotions, domain, or even the people you're with. And as much positive gain you can get from these interactions, you can also face negative loss. In short term, these factors can build you or destroy you. As a test of development, focused on the negatives, destruction of self-worth feels more common with each generation after another. The growing pattern only seems to continue. Facing the idea of emotions is a vigorous task. The spectrum is wide and vast. What you hear or what you say plays as a preliminary to how you'll feel for the rest of the day. When dealing with other emotions, you may feel scared, confused, lost, even when you're not liable. Though if you lived all your life feeling dispirited, the slightest task could break you. One of many on the spectrum, anger, can play as the biggest instigator for the weight on your chest, whether it be yours or another. A dejected life isn't forever, but that's based on how you face your problems. The domains we occupy, the ones we visit, can be places like school, home, work, or almost anywhere in the world. How structures play a part is what we see mentally. If the surrounding area feels dim and miserable, we are most likely to feel angst as life doesn't get any better. Sometimes, what we would like to change could be too late if you only engulfed yourself with gloom. Where we position ourselves in our mind can always change how we view things. Human error can only go so far, different effect with every step taken. As people, we always look over the success and drag out any minor mistakes. Everyone deserves recognition for what they've done, but should not get dragged out for minor situations. I strongly believe how we treat others puts a massive toll on someone's mental state. It only takes a few actions to push someone into an ill mindset. What makes escape so hard is the constant degradation you feel. From personal experience, all my life I have felt a sinking in my chest. And life isn't awful, but it sits at a point where I don't feel recognized. Though I do get praise for the things I do sometimes, the recognition doesn't feel noticed. At some points, I feel like I'm selfish, pathetic, or even suicidal. These are all effects of my mentality and how I perceive everything around me. These effects, I've tried to grow as a person, explore my interests, or even socialize, though things don't tend to work out all the time, as these are temporary solutions. With the state of constant weight on my chest, I was at a standstill with work and had to face the reality of losing my partner, which played heavily on me after. With my work environment, I had something to look forward to, which would be the reassurance and care I had towards someone I considered special to me. Go out our separate ways, I began to sink into a darker side of my mind. Constantly, I would blame myself for mistakes that I could not control. Doing such an action would deteriorate my mind for months on end. Though I always seemed okay, I have always felt trapped and scratching at the lobe to dissipate from reality until I'm ready. What made the loss for me so great was the fact I have never had someone so close to me before. Relying on people should not be the main focus when creating relationships. Having people who can support you is not weak. Finding people you can trust and open up to is hard to do, but is worth every minute. With every passing day, I began to think to myself, what do I want? If I stayed any longer at the job, I would have probably taken my life. The issues never lied within the workspace. More so, what's in my future? Is this what I want? I started to create goals for myself, not for the sake of mental security, but for the feeling of freedom and reward. Having to work towards something you love doesn't have to be a person. It can be a talent, diploma, or just a better self-image. Though to grow as a person, I had to understand growth. For me to grow, I had to figure out why I wanted these things in life. I may not have anyone right now to hold my hand, but the driving factor of my existence will not go extinct anytime soon. I believe life would be meaningless without struggle or a spectrum of emotions. To chase only one factor or suffocate in your own mud would render meaningless too. I have to explore the creator on my own. I'll fix it with my own hands or with the relationships I build. My new mentality after getting into college has been inspired by the infamous saying, never back down, never what? Never give up. Allow your tears to stream a river. Rock with the clashing water and find yourself a steady stream. You do not have to always be open to others or even accept yourself. To grow, you must understand why and accept the actions you've taken or must take in order to grow as a person. The journey only ends when you're ready to leave. The sinking feeling goes away.